Hello, Monroe County. My name is Gullette-Comer. I have been your circuit clerk for going on 12 years now. I'm making some videos and posting some articles on my website, Gullette-Comer.com, to help you get to know me better in case you haven't interacted with me over my tenure the past 12 years as your circuit clerk. Please feel free to check it out, and thank you for watching. I often find in talking with my constituents that there's only a vague understanding of what the circuit clerk does. And this is understandable, especially if you've never had an encounter with the judicial system yourself. But I've found that sometimes in order to understand what something is, it's also important to understand what it is not. And so, first off, the circuit clerk is not an attorney. By statute, we are not permitted to give any legal advice as to what a pro se litigant should or should not do. It's always recommended that you consult with an attorney to know what your rights are and to be better represented in a court of law. We are also not the county clerk. Now, I get this confusion because there's clerk in both names. And to explain it a little better, it stems back to probably over 100 years ago. I don't know the exact timeline, but early on, there was one clerk of the courthouse, and quite literally, the courthouse was established to house the court. And as governmental processes evolved and changed over time, there was presented the need for another clerk to maintain records pertaining to marriages, deeds, deaths, wills, those types of things. Thus, the differentiation of the county clerk. So that is a very broad summation of the evolution of clerk's offices, but it's enough to explain why there are two elected clerk offices in West Virginia. And though the duties have changed over time, currently the circuit clerk does not have any duties related to elections, marriage licenses, deeds, wills, estates, county commission proceedings, things of that nature. Furthermore, the clerk does not have anything to do with the county's accounts payable or payroll or anything of that nature. The circuit clerk has no discretion over how the county's general funds are expended, aside from the very minimal expenditures, day-to-day expenditures to actually operate the circuit clerk's office. And most notably, the circuit clerk has no input or decision-making whatsoever on any taxes or levies imposed on the citizens of Monroe County or the state of West Virginia. That includes things like the school levy, the fire levy, personal property taxes, real estate taxes, and the ambulance fee, for instance. The circuit clerk has no input or discretion on imposing any of those types of fees. The circuit clerk cannot make decisions towards the outcome of your court case. Frankly, the circuit clerk has no decision-making authority whatsoever. It's a constitutionally established office that is governed strictly by the West Virginia Code. The circuit clerk's duties are very strictly governed, and the circuit clerk is bound by statute to adhere to those duties. Perhaps the most misguided interpretation of what the circuit clerk is that I encounter often is that the circuit clerk just files papers. And though the circuit clerk is responsible for the integrity and accuracy of the court record, both of the circuit, family, and drug courts, here in Monroe County at least, her duties extend far beyond just placing documents in a file. Most notably, since electronic filing has come to fruition, there is no paper filing involved whatsoever. So maintaining an electronic docket has posed its own difficulties throughout this process, and I feel that I've adapted to those well. This is a constitutionally established office for a reason, because it's very integral to making the judicial system work in West Virginia.